All right, this is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions, continuing our retro pay-per-view review series. This is going to be WWF Royal Rumble 2000. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank. Now let's get into this. Not only I got a lot to say about this one, but I was actually at this Royal Rumble. I was all the way up in the roof of Madison Square Garden, banging on that thing so loud we tried to take the roof off, and I lost my voice after the first match, only because I knew who was coming out. But the pop that he got was just amazing in the Garden, and I went blind thanks to Mae Young. I'll get to that later. But yeah, January 23rd, 2000, 19,231 on hand, including 10 of us up in the nosebleed section. JR and Jerry Lawler doing the commentary. The buy rate on this one was a lot less than the year before, 590,000 as opposed to 650 last year.
Yeah, Austin's
not there. Taker's not there.
Yeah, so that might have hurt a little bit.
There's only really one guy in the Rumble that you can bet the farm is going to win it, because this is the only Rumble, I believe, in all of them, that this is the only one that you guaranteed, oh, he's going to win it, because you look at the rest of the field, they're not going to WrestleMania, unfortunately. So that I was kind of hoping for an upset that night. Yeah,
we'll get
definitely.
Into it,
Oh yeah. But here we go. Opening match of the night. It was Kurt Angle versus a mystery opponent. And of course, Kurt Angle's, shouting off his three eyes. I threw my soda. It didn't quite make it. Because at this point, I didn't get on the Kurt Angle bandwagon. I did later on in that year.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like, so whoever it is, come on out. And we're already chanting who it is. And all of a sudden, the music hits.
It's already leaked.
Oh, yeah. The internet by this point.
Yeah, we already knew. We knew who it was.
Plus the unofficial working agreement with WWE, with ECW was going on. So Kurt Angle will be facing Taz. And the pop that the Garden gave was, oh my God, dude. It was amazing.
And Taz is from Red Hook, Brooklyn, for those that don't know. So it would make sense that he would get
hometown match.
Yeah. It was all downhill from here, unfortunately, for him.
Because Triple H buried him. Remember that SmackDown match that they had for the title? He buried him in that match. And I was pissed off. And then they screwed him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When they had the finish in the hardcore.
For one night, he had his moment.
This was his one night, definitely. And I mean, the suplex machine was just all over the place. Angle tried, but you're not taking out.
Apparently, he caught some heat for his suplexes though. Like they thought it was very dangerous. I thought because he kind of Kurt Angle it looked like he almost hit his head. He might have hit his head too when he took that. But Kurt might have put something extra into it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, it could have been Kurt's fault. Could have been Taz, but whatever. Apparently, Taz caught a little heat for being a dangerous worker.
And then, of course, Taz applied the Taz mission at the end, which
illegal chokehold. It's illegal chokehold.
Okay. Though according to Kurt Angle, I'm still undefeated.
Well, because he was undefeated. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Yeah.
The referee, they called it a technical submission.
Right.
He's out. By this point, my voice is gone because I'm in amazement of how he's taken it to Kurt. Again, we're all the way up there, so if there was a botch in any of the suplexes, you couldn't really see it unless you looked at the Garden vision, and even that wasn't clear. After the match, they put Kurt Angle on a stretcher. I thought that was a nice touch. I did think that either, and I'll get to it again when it popped up, when they were checking him out in the back, either he really was out of it or he played it really well.
No, he played it up. Kurt was fine.
Yeah.
Kurt was fine.
So following that match, Michael Cole interviewed the Hardy Boys. They showed what happened last Monday when the Dudleys put the Hardys through the table. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, on SmackDown when Matt Hardy put Devon through the table. This was actually setting up the next match. And I just read this morning, and I hope to God this isn't true, and if they do it in TNA, that the Dudleys want one more match with the Hardys table match.
No, thank you.
Do it in TNA.
No, thank you.
Don't do it here. I'm already scared enough that CM Punk called out Hulk Hogan, that he said he'll throw his dusty ass out of the Royal Rumble. And I'm hoping to God they don't put Hulk Hogan in the goddamn Rumble, because I will turn it off and that's it. Because the fans were jumping on that. I don't know if you caught that on Raw. But anyway, next match was a tag team tables match. The stipulation is both men of the tag team have to be put through a table. It was the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys. You couldn't get
This
any
was
better than a rivalry here.
yeah, and this was like the beginning of this, like the tables, the ladders, chairs, all that stuff.
TLC, yeah.
This is kind of like the genesis of it, right? I think going forward.
Yep, because then at WrestleMania they put on a show, and then again at
Yeah,
SummerSlam they put on an even better
yeah.
show.
At least the Hardys go
But
over here.
oh, definitely,
Yeah.
and this match did not disappoint.
Well, short though,
Uh,
but it
it
was
was about 10 minutes,
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, they had to save so much time for the Triple H Mankind match, or
which was
Cactus.
almost
I
30
should say
minutes.
Cactus Jack. I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's Cactus Jack.
30 minute match right there.
Right,
Plus you got the
and the
Rumble.
Rumble itself, yeah. So they had, but I thought it was this. It was fine. It was 10 minutes, but it was nonstop action.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
right away Bubba powerbomb Matt through the table. He's out. Um, Bubba also had gone through the table from the security wall, so automatically we got one from each team out, but they can still continue to wreak havoc.
Hmm.
And I like that they had that kind of like the alleyway, graffitied
Yeah, it was cool.
alleyway
Yeah,
there
it was.
with the
Yeah, yeah,
taxi
yeah.
cab.
Yeah, it
So
was
they did a
fun.
lot of work in the entranceway, especially with
Yeah,
the pallets that they had out
yeah.
there.
This is when I became a Jeff Hardy fan. It was like around this time.
Yeah, because the Jeff Swanton off the entranceway on Devon through the table sealed the deal. That right there, between that and what he
Don't
did at
do it, Jeff.
WrestleMania
Don't
and
do it.
SummerSlam, what he did at these three pay-per-views
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much solidified
You
the
knew he was.
charismatic enigma.
Yeah, yep. Hmm.
So the Hardy Boys get over here on the Dudleys on this night. So you definitely know they're gonna pretty soon they're gonna be in tag team title contention
Hmm.
with the New Age Outlaws or whoever wins the match later on. Following that in the back, Kurt Angle's being checked out by the EMTs. Plus, after this, and oh my God, I could have done without this. I should have went to the snack bar at this point. The Miss Royal Rumble 2000. Wow. And the judges, Sergeant Slaughter, Tony Garea, Fabulous Moolah, Jimmy Valiant, and Classy Freddie Blassie. Great crew
They
there,
didn't.
but oh yeah, and let's not forget the Master of Ceremonies, Jerry Lawler.
They didn't even need this segment. Just this kind of. I understand it was the Attitude Era and everything, but this
This
took away
didn't.
from like they could have used that time for. There's another match that's really short. Is it?
Outlaws, Acolytes.
Yeah, it was like two
Two and a
minutes,
half
right?
minutes. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And that's unfortunate because that was actually brutal.
Yeah.
That was a good feud.
Right, right, right.
It was a good match to start.
They deserve to get the time, you know?
Yeah.
But
Even the IC title match was a little bit shorter too. That was about 7.5 minutes too.
yeah. You're right. You're right about that. Yeah.
But in this case, oh yeah, Andy Richter was one of the judges too. Like we needed him there. Now your contestants: Ivory, Terry, Jacqueline, which we've seen enough of in the Attitude Era. BB, who was there for like a hiccup. Luna, and the cat.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, out comes during this whole thing. Luna's not wanting to do this. Ivory's not wanting to do this. I mean, nobody's involved in this. We're all bored up there. Mae Young comes out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's now entered in it, and of course, she tells Jerry Lawler, "I want to show my puppies." Oh man, if only I can get that vision out of my head. And I told a friend of mine, who's also Mike. I said, "Hey, Mike, look up at the Garden Vision." What? And he saw just as she did it, and he's, "Holy shit, I'm blind." Because that was clear as day. Everything else was a little blurry on Garden Vision, but that was clear as day. Thank God everybody that probably had the pay-per-view at home,
Mm,
maybe it was censored. I don't
mm,
know. But I wish to God it was censored
mm,
at live. And so, Mark Henry comes out, tries to cover her up because, they had that whole Mark Henry, Mae Young
right.
angle going there. And of course, Mae Young unanimously wins. That's just
Oh,
as bad as Miss WrestleMania years later with Santina Marella.
yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, after that, Coach was at WWE New York, and then in the back, China and Jericho are fighting over, to who wears the Intercontinental title. Because remember, at this point, they're co-holders
They're
of the
cold.
belts.
So stupid. So
This
stupid.
was.
It's dumb.
Now, our next match on the card for the Intercontinental Championship, Y2J, Chris Jericho, and China defending the title. You could say it was a handicap match, but it's a triple threat against Hardcore Holly. So the match itself wasn't bad. This was
It was
Jericho
all right.
now finally coming into his own. It's his
Yeah,
first
but
Rumble.
yeah, sticking Jericho into a feud with China, that didn't do him any favors, man, at all. At all. Like I know
I
China's
agree.
believable and everything, but the whole thing with I didn't like it. Not for Jericho. I didn't care for it. No, I'm not into the intergender matches and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know.
She was better against the guys anyway than because remember once they put her in the women's division, it was like it was a joke.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember the following year with Ivory and then the whole nobody was going to beat her.
yeah. It was just,
You
so
kind I feel that way kind of now with Tessa Blanchard in TNA. She's pretty much the same way. You put her in a women's match and they're booing the hell out of her, but if she's going in one on one against a guy, they're cheering the hell out of her and she's holding her own. So some can pull it off, most can't. China was to me was able to pull it off. So and so is Tessa. I didn't mind it. I didn't like the dual championship,
no,
but I didn't mind that they put her in the storyline here, trying to do something with her. Because, like I said, once you put her in the women's division, it's over.
no.
Nobody realistically is going to beat her.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be a technicality of a fatal four way or somewhere she does not get pinned.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, during the match, China uses the pedigree on Holly, but she couldn't get the pin on him. China put Holly in the Boston Crab. Jericho with a face buster on her, followed by a lion salt. Jericho gets the pin, and he's now the outright Intercontinental
Yeah, the
Champion.
undisputed. Yeah.
Yep. China is no longer holding the gold.
Sorry, China.
Follow- Following that, Michael Cole interviewed The Rock, plus a video package for what led up to the next match, which was New Age Outlaws defending the tag team titles against the Acolytes. And I really liked this feud. And I was kind of shocked when they got back together. And the night they get back together on SmackDown, they win the tag team
Mm-hmm.
titles. So, once again, we've got DX running rampant. Now, this match, like we just said earlier, was very, very short. I mean, 2.5 minutes. That's not right. Not for these four guys.
No, no, not at all.
Farouk with a spine buster on Road Dogg. He couldn't get the pin because Billy grabbed the ref's leg and dragged him out of the ring. Bradshaw hits Billy, who fell into the referee. Now, obviously, the ref's down, so what's going to happen? X-Pac comes down. Why not? You he hits a heel kick to Bradshaw. Farouk with a spine buster on X-Pac, but Billy with a famouser on Bradshaw's, going back and forth here. And then, of course, the referee comes alive. Billy gets the pin. New Age Outlaws keep the tag team titles. I would have liked this to gone over clean between the two teams. They are
Yeah.
very hot right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I know. Maybe doing this kind of maybe saves face a little bit, builds the heat, but really, at this point, when you've got your tag team division on fire, I think this should have been a clean victory. The Outlaws beat them or they don't. And realistically, on paper, the Acolytes win, but we don't do everything on paper. Following that, they showed what led up to Triple H versus Cactus Jack, and I mean, oh my God, this storyline from 1999 into 2000 was amazing. The whole Triple H, the Helmsley McMahon regime, New Year's Day, Triple H beating Big Show for the WWE Championship, fires Mankind. Everybody's threatening to walk out if they don't bring him back. The Rock is leading the charge. Mankind coming out on SmackDown telling Triple H, I can't, I can't beat you, and not to mention they got the fake Mankind too that he's doing the job interviews with.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Triple H is dressing up. You stink. You're stinking up the joint.
Yeah.
But when Mankind tells Triple H that I can't beat you, and he's smiling, he goes, "But I found a good replacement. I think you know the guy." And when he takes the mask off and takes the shirt and tie off, Triple H almost shit his pants.
Cactus
I mean,
Jack.
this was awesome. Oh
Yeah,
my
true.
God. Which leads now to the WWE Championship match, a street fight. Triple H defending the title against Cactus Jack. Man, this was an amazing match. And then, of course, 1 month later, they're going to outdo themselves again. But, I mean, they did everything but hit each other with the kitchen sink in this one. When he brings out the 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire and he's using it, the referee tries to hide it in the Spanish announcement table. And you hear Cactus, "Where is it?" And he goes and beats the hell out of the Spanish announcers for holding it. Why they're doing that, I don't know. Because this is, pretty much no holds barred. And so, I mean, the thumbtacks, everything, they beat the crap out of each other for almost 27 minutes.
It was good. I didn't think it was good as the year before. I don't think it was quite as good as The Rock versus Mankind,
Oh
but it
no
was
no no
still.
no no no!
But
Definitely
this was
not.
still good. This was still
And
entertaining.
of course, Triple H got lucky because remember he had the gash in his leg from the barbed wire. Not to mention he's busted open in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And now, of course, Triple H handcuffs Cactus. Here we go again with the handcuffs. Year before. What made it interesting was The Rock comes out
Right.
and hits Triple H with a chair. A police officer unlocks the handcuffs, which I'm laughing at. But and then Stephanie comes out. Triple H, back body dropped these guys are going crazy with the thumbtacks. But Triple H ultimately with the pedigree on Cactus kicked out of that one. Which by this point I'm looking around at the guard and not one person is sitting in their seats. That everybody is standing because they're wondering: is this the moment? Is Mick Foley gonna do what he didn't do a year before?
Right. Is he gonna get over? Yeah.
No, because another pedigree on the thumbtacks and Triple H gets the pin.
They just couldn't. They just couldn't let him get over. Not on Triple H. Not gonna
No,
happen.
nope. After the match, Triple H loaded on a stretcher and Cactus chased him, brought him back out, dumped him off the stretcher, and again hits him with the barbed wire 2x4. So this is not over. And like I said, at No Way Out, they upped the ante on that one. And then of course we're back with Coach at WWE New York, interviewing Linda McMahon.
Coach, I
Anyway,
used to love when The Rock used to go off on Coach. He used to always abuse
oh yeah,
Coach. And I did like that promo that earlier when he was like one by one by damn
by
one.
damn one.
Yeah, oh, that's great stuff. This is the Rock. This is peak Rock. 2000 is like peak Rock because without Austin there, The Rock he had the complete spotlight as the number one babyface in the company.
Well, that's what Rikishi did
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
I did it for The Rock.
oh, jeez.
And of course, The Rock is the only realistic one in the Rumble that you look at it and like he's going to win it.
Everybody
And
knew he was gonna win.
it pissed me off because you want to watch the Rumble knowing anybody can win it. But this
I
year,
mean,
come on.
what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But
Right.
he
We
didn't
got to.
technically. Yeah, we're going to get to that. All right. Now, on to the Royal Rumble. It's every 90 seconds. They showed the 1995 Royal Rumble, the 2-foot rule for
Right.
Shawn
So,
Michaels, which is going to come into effect here.
yep. Later on.
So now let's talk about the replacements because there were a lot of them. Out of the Royal Rumble was Thrasher, both members of Kai and Tai, which I still feel bad for Taka to this day. Mean Street Posse, thank the Lord. Midian and Mark Henry. In replacing them are Chris Jericho, Chyna, the Acolytes, New Age Outlaws, Hardcore Holly, and Bob Backlund. The list was good until you got to Backlund.
Backlund, yeah.
Now, the most eliminations for this Rumble was Rikishi with 7. Following coming in second, Big Show and Rock each had 4. The longest stint in the Royal Rumble was Test at 26 minutes 17 seconds. Shortest in the Royal Rumble was Farouk at 18 seconds. And of course, the first eliminated was the number 3 entry. Get to that let's go. Let's start running it down. Oh, excuse me. At number 1 was D'Lo Brown. Number 2, Grandmaster Sexay. At number 3, it was Headbanger Mosh, and he was the first eliminated. At number 4, Christian. 5 was Rikishi. Now, by this point, Rikishi had cleared the ring because he eliminated D'Lo, Mosh, and Christian. So now it's down to him and Grandmaster. And Grandmaster's trying to dance with him, and Rikishi's just looking at him. At number 6, and I knew this was coming. I looked over. I said, "Watch, Scotty's coming in." Scotty Too Hotty at number 6. He brings the glasses, and I love how Jim Ross on comedy. Oh, we're gonna dance for a while, and the 3 of them do the dance. Unfortunately,
moment,
for Too Cool, Rikishi clotheslines them both and eliminates them both.
It was a good spot though. It was a fun spot. Yeah, it was good.
Now, Rikishi winning the Rumble to me at this point would have also been believable because how hot they're pushing him.
Yeah, he was starting to get over. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they killed him with that whole bullshit later on during the year.
For The Rock, yeah.
Yeah, that by the time he was a heel and then became a babyface again, nobody cared.
It was over. It was over.
So at number 7, Steve Blackman. Number 8 was Viscera. Number 9 was the Big Boss Man, and at number 10 was Test. And of course, Rikishi eliminated Blackman and Viscera as well. Um,
And Shamrock had just left, I think. Around this time, he I think
yes,
I think he had just left because he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight in the UFC again, and they didn't want him to be like part time between the two companies. So
yeah.
that's because it would have been nice to see Shamrock in this one too. You know, give
Oh, definitely. Give
another
another possibility of
right,
somebody
right,
that could
right,
win
right.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, when Boss Man had gotten to the Rumble, he waited outside until another entry came
yeah.
in because remember back in the day, they if you had the 2 minutes to get in the ring, if you didn't, once
Right.
the next
Yeah.
person came in, you were eliminated. So at number 11, we had the British Bulldog. I don't even know why he
I never
came
liked
back.
that version of the Bulldog with the jeans. I
No,
never.
no, that whole nonsense where he comes back automatically wanting title shots, wearing jeans,
Yeah, wearing
hanging
jeans.
out with
Yeah.
the Mean Street Posse, being rock bottomed on dog shit.
No, it was bad. It was bad.
This was
Yeah.
yeah, this was. Now at number 12, when Gangrel comes in, after he comes in, Kai and Tai rush the and were thrown out almost immediately. Uh, at this point, this is actually the second time they came in. I didn't mention it the first time. After the number 3 entrant Mosh came in, they came in the first time. This time when they came in, Taka got hurt. His face went smack right off the concrete. That boy was out for the count. Now I don't know why they were doing this or what Vince was doing, because not only they were doing this, but also the Mean Street Posse as well. I didn't understand it,
Uh,
but thank God they weren't in it. At number 13, we had Edge. At number 14, Bob Backlund. 15, Chris Jericho. Now, this is his first Royal Rumble and his first ever elimination, Bob Backlund. See ya. At number 16 was Crash Holly. 17 was China. 18 was Farouk. Now, after Farouk came in, this is where the Mean Street Posse showed up, and this is where they beat down Farouk, and I believe
hmm
the Boss Man as well, and eliminated Farouk. So, unfortunately, he's gone.
Sorry, Farouk.
Yeah, I know. And number 19, we had Road Dogg, and 20 was Al Snow.
Hmm
21, Val Venus. At 22, Prince Albert. Now, after number 21, Funaki shows up again, and he gets thrown out
There
again.
you go.
At number 23 was Hardcore Holly. 24, The Rock. At number 25, Billy Gunn. 26, Big Show. 27, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And of
It's
course,
like
after number 27, here comes Mean Street Posse again.
the thing is, you knew it was big. You know it was Big Show and Rock.
At this point,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah. You knew it was Big Show and
unfortunately.
Rock. Yeah,
At
they have been
28,
beefing.
28 was Kane. Could have been Kane.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, he's still hot at this point.
But the Rock and Big Show had
They were on fire
yeah, yeah, yeah.
at this point. At 29 was The Godfather, and at number 30 was X Pac. And of course, Big Show, this is his first Royal Rumble, and his first elimination was Test. So something for him to be proud of there. Now, when Bradshaw had come out, this time when the Mean Street Posse came to the ring, Bradshaw took care of them 100%. Then the Outlaws eliminated Bradshaw. At that point, the Acolytes and the Mean Street Posse fought all the way to the back. So, again, I don't know
Yeah.
why they were doing it.
And nobody cared.
Nobody cared. And especially after even number 29 comes in, Funaki showing up again. I mean, come on, dude, get the hint. So, and then they talked about Taka was taken to the hospital because Lawler kept saying, "Oh, let me see that again. Let me see that again." And they kept showing his face, boom, right off. I don't know. Now, we had a little bit of deja vu from 1997 happening here when Rock eliminated X-Pac. Referee didn't see it
All right,
because of the
yeah,
altercation of what's going on with the outlet with the
yeah.
acolytes and Mean Street Posse. So X-Pac gets back in the
He's
ring.
back in, yeah.
So X-Pac eliminated Kane because we're down to the final four. You got Rock, Big Show, X-Pac, and Kane. At this point, I'm saying anybody but Rock, only because I know it's going to happen, but an upset would be nice.
It was
Something
his
you're not
time.
expecting.
It was his
I
time to
know.
win, though. He had to win. It was his time.
Yeah, definitely. You know, X-Pac eliminated Kane. Big Show eliminated X-Pac, finally. Now, when The Rock eliminated Big Show, and I saw this from up there, because they put it on the Garden Vision. The Rock's feet were on the ground.
Yeah, which was a botch. The Rock was supposed to they were supposed to fall over together. The Rock was supposed to hold on to the top rope
Yeah.
and lift himself up, but the momentum and I guess the way the thing is the Rock is not Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is like super athletic. The Rock is athletic, but not to that degree. So
No.
he falls over and his feet touched. Big Show falls out, and but they didn't show the angle. They on
No, they didn't.
TV, they didn't show the angle.
We
So it
got to see it
right,
because it was different, but yeah, not on TV.
so it looks like the Rock won. And they're
Yeah.
saying, and Jim Ross is like, the Rock's feet did not touch the ground. The Rock is the winner.
Yeah. No.
No, and then the
No.
Big Show,
Technically, Big Show,
right? Then Big Show
but
comes back in and then dumps him out.
yep, he goes and beats the
Yeah,
hell out of him. After that, The Rock, grabbed the mic. Finally, The Rock is going to WrestleMania,
right.
and that's when Big Show came back and attacked him.
And he
Then they did
dumps
that
him
whole
out.
storyline where Big Show went to Triple H about it. He goes, "I need more proof."
He's got the pictures, and
Yeah,
it becomes so chaotic because it was a. I mean, I guess at least they turned it into a storyline.
yeah,
But The
the
Rock was
botch,
just
yeah.
supposed to win straight up, and that would have been the
Mhm.
end of it. But then they turned it into a storyline. Then The Rock has to fight the Big Show for the right to
Yeah,
go to
to go to
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
He loses, and then I think Vince comes in, right? Vince shows up,
Mhm.
and I guess he's like on the Rock side. I think he's on the
Yeah,
Rock side. Makes
yeah,
that
because he was in his corner at
right.
WrestleMania.
He makes that triple threat match at WrestleMania, but then they
Yeah,
decided to do it on Raw, like a few weeks before WrestleMania. The
yeah,
Rock, Triple H, and the Big Show triple threat match. I think Triple H wins. Then Linda comes out and she says, "Oh, it's gonna be the four way, right?" And then Mick Foley is now in the match, and
yeah. She's like, for one night only.
right, and then, yeah, out of retirement because he was retired, yeah,
Yeah, because in
and he
No Way
came
Out, it was title versus
right,
career.
and it was originally supposed to be Jericho, and then then I guess Triple H got it squashed, and
Yes,
whatever happened, Vince changed his mind.
unfortunately, Jericho, I would have loved
Right,
it in the
that would
match.
have been a tremendous match if
Oh,
because
definitely.
Mick Foley came and we went off on him and Russ. Listen, Mick
Yes,
Foley's
we
a legend.
did.
He's a
He
legend.
is. He
But
is.
he came at he was out of shape and he stunk up the joint. He broke his
Hey,
rib.
but look what he's gone through at the Hell in the Cells and
Right.
stuff, and one broken rib
Took
on the
himself
announce
out. And he
table.
took
He takes
himself out.
himself out.
He took himself out because he jumped when he jumped from the outside of the
He
ring.
missed.
He
Yeah.
missed the table and he hit the edge and broke his rib.
Uh,
He was supposed to win the title that night.
and then relinquish it the next night, and then they were going to have I believe, a fatal four-way
Right.
or some type of tournament. They were going to do something, but he was going to relinquish it,
Right. So let's
and unfortunately, no,
so this is
that
like
didn't happen.
yeah, this is just I mean
So originally, I believe Jericho should have been in it because he would have made it phenomenal.
right. Or like we discussed, it should have been Rock, Triple H,
Triple H one
straight
on one.
up. One up. We never got
We
it.
have not had that
At
match
WrestleMania.
at WrestleMania,
At WrestleMania, yeah.
nor have we had Triple H versus
Right,
Austin
because
one on one at WrestleMania.
right, The Rock was the hottest guy, the hottest babyface in the company,
Mhm.
because Austin's out, and
Yeah.
Triple H is the hottest heel in the company, and he's the champion. That should have been straight up. So this Royal Rumble, I mean, it was fun, but with that botch,
And it was also very predictable.
and it was predictable. It was predictable.
But the botch, yeah, you're right. And
Yeah.
and I'm saying it, and I'm yelling it from up there, and everybody's starting to yell it. We're trying to get the chant going because
right.
we started Big Show 1.
I think.
We couldn't get it loud enough.
I think that they changed it. I think that I think probably because of the internet and everything at that point, I think that you couldn't hide that the Big Show really won. So I think that's why they turned it into a storyline. I'm assuming. I don't really know, but I'm assuming because
It's possible.
yeah, because it
I
was
mean,
out
they had
there.
to do something because they knew.
Right,
Everybody knew.
because I remember reading about it the next day online. I remember reading about and this is before Raw.
And we're seeing him because
that
where
the
we're sitting, you
right.
see his feet hit, and he's holding them, and then he brings them out.
Right, and it was bad. It wasn't like he grazed; like his feet touched.
No, his feet were on the ground.
Yeah. So this is one of those things. But at least we had that great match with Triple H and
Phenomenal. I loved it.
and Cactus Jack, and then obviously the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys.
And
You know,
Taz's debut started the place rocking, and they never stopped.
Yeah. So it was I thought it was good. It was an entertaining Royal Rumble.
No, it wasn't a bad Rumble.
Yeah.
Just The Rock.
Right. All right. Well, that's our review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys soon.
Take care.